Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, as the one-year anniversary of the Capitol insurrection looms, law enforcement is on alert. Plus,
we were really glad we got home, and we're blessed that we could get home.
A family vacation turns into a scramble to get back to Nebraska. More on those stories in a moment, but first, some breaking news. Lancaster County's COVID risk dial now in the red. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Some concerning numbers coming from the Lancaster County Health Department today when it comes to COVID cases.
The numbers are so high, it's bumping the COVID-19 risk dial up into the severe risk category. Channel 8's Macy Meyer has a closer look at the numbers for us tonight. Macy?
Well, to give you an idea on just how much of an increase we are seeing on our average cases, the county currently has a 16.7% positivity rate, many of them coming from that new Omicron variant. Now, severe red on the risk dial indicates a big risk for spread in the community. Health Director Pat Lopez said that despite this increase, a directed health measure has not been issued, but they are urging people to be cautious as the number of Omicron cases continues to rise. She says Lancaster County recorded more than 1,600 cases last week. That's the highest weekly total in more than a year.
The choices we make on a daily basis affect our level of risk and the risk we may pose to others. We have the information and the tools we need to make choices that protect ourselves, our loved ones, and our community.
Now, we've seen those long lines for COVID testing like you see here. This was just this afternoon outside of Gateway Mall. It's run by Nomi Health and is free. Lopez says she has spoken with Nomi and they're now evaluating areas for a new testing site due to the increased amount of demand. Lopez said we could be seeing these large numbers as well as people are letting their guard down and going to holiday gatherings and, of course, the new Omicron variant.
Macy, thank you very much for our top story tonight. And like she mentioned, the Omicron cases now making up a good majority of our COVID cases. More than 3/4 in Nebraska right now are Omicron, the less severe but extremely transmissible variant.
And that's causing some growing concern for our local health care workers. The Nebraska Public Health Lab reported 77% of COVID cases here in Nebraska are Omicron right now. And they believe it's only going to get worse within the week. And with many hospitals already full, there is some concern out there on being able to take care of everyone.
By this week, we're going to have really large percent of Omicron variant in Nebraska. By next week, over 90%. So that's what I'm really concerned about.
And the experts are urging people to stay home when they're sick and get tested, even if they think it's just allergies or the common cold, as Omicron has similar symptoms. President Biden addressing the nation this afternoon as cases rapidly rise across the country.
This as millions of children head back to school this week and the growing surge. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
President Biden ramping up the fight against COVID as the Omicron variant drives this winter surge.
These coming weeks are going to be challenging. We have the tools to protect people from severe illness due to Omicron.
Biden doubling the government's purchase of Pfizer's COVID antiviral pill from 10 to 20 million treatment courses.
These pills are going to dramatically decrease hospitalizations and deaths from COVID-19. They're a game changer.
The CDC estimates the Omicron variant is responsible for 95% of new cases across the country as of January 1st, compared to less than 1% just a month ago. Over 100,000 infected Americans are now hospitalized, more than double the total from early November. And as millions head back to school this week, there's growing concern for America's children, with 325,000 kids testing positive for the virus last week alone, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics.
We need to help work with each other to help keep each other safe. So I'm begging people to get vaccinated.
More of America's youth could get boosted as early as this week, with the CDC expected to sign off on booster shots for 12 to 15-year-olds.
Booster shots work. They significantly increase the protection. They provide the highest level of protection against Omicron.
Federal health officials also recommending everybody 12 and up originally vaccinated with Pfizer get their booster after 5 months instead of 6.
Be prepared, protect yourself, get vaccinated, get your boosters. I was reluctant at first, but I am glad that I did.
Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Canceled flights, unfortunately, is something becoming more common.
Tonight, we hear from a Nebraska family who couldn't find a way back home, forcing them to, well, get creative. Channel 8's Ariana Martinez sat down with a mother who tells us how they finally made it home. Ariana?
Yes, airports everywhere are seeing long lines at their customer service desks. This was this morning at the airport in Tennessee. Katie Pekaresh told me their family enjoyed a wonderful time in Florida. As they took their last walks on the beach, she received an email saying their flight home was canceled. The Pekaresh family is a family of 7 with kids ranging from 2 to 14, which made finding a new flight even harder.
So the journey home was an adventure.
After a nice vacation in Florida, the Pekaresh family was supposed to fly back home on Sunday. But they, like thousands of other people, had their flights canceled. The airline was going to credit the family $400 per ticket, but that would still leave them paying thousands out of pocket.
You could find like 1 or 2 tickets, but it was just impossible to find 3 or 4 because I thought I could even separate my family and fly back in 2 chunks, but we really couldn't do that for less than like $1,000 a piece.
They were able to find one flight where 6 out of 7 of them could fly together, but thankfully they decided not to take it.
That flight this morning that we would have been booked on got canceled, and then the next one wasn't available until Friday.
Instead, they decided to hop into their rental car.
We're really fortunate that we already had a vehicle because there were no big vehicles available to rent when I started searching to see if there was something else.
And hit the road for the long journey home.
We had stop and go traffic because everyone else was kind of doing the same thing, and it was a holiday weekend. We hit rain and thunderstorms in Georgia, and we had thought maybe we could drive straight through with the 24 hours, but the 2-year-old in the car seat didn't like that idea.
Despite being much longer than anticipated and not having any snow clothes, it turned into a whole new adventure.
It's amazing. Bye.
It was amazing in the car.
The Pekaresh family finally made it home around midnight Monday night.
We were really glad we got home, and we're blessed that we could get home. We talked to some friends that didn't have the same luxury, so we're glad to be home.
The best advice Katie has for anyone in a similar situation:
be sweet on the phone. Everybody is in the same situation. Everybody's trying to get somewhere, and there's not enough workers anywhere in the world right now.
Now this behind me is a look at some of the cancellations and delays in large airports across the country today. Now Denver over here and Chicago, which are both large transfer airports out of Omaha Eppley Airfield, are both in the top 6 for most issues today. Denver was actually the airport with the most issue with flights earlier today.
All right, yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on. And as always, call ahead before you make the trip to the airport if you do have a flight coming in or out.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ariana. Hundreds of drivers stranded along I-95 in Northern Virginia.
Many spending the night in their cars with no access to bathrooms or food.
No gas.
How long have you been out here?
Since 8:30 last night.
Senator Tim Kaine among the hundreds trapped overnight in the traffic jam, tweeting, quote, "I started my normal 2-hour drive to D.C. at 1 p.m. yesterday. 19 hours later, I'm still not near the Capitol."
This has been a miserable experience, but at some point, I kind of made the switch from a miserable travel experience into kind of a survival project.
And it's not just drivers stranded. Hundreds of Amtrak passengers are stuck on a train after a storm pulled down trees and power lines. And the East Coast could be in for more bad weather. 20 states right now under winter alerts, with 2 big storms bringing more snow by the end of the week.
Well, here locally, we are slowly melting that snow we received over the weekend. Here's Malcolm Byron filling in for John with your first forecast. Malcolm.
I'll tell you what, Rod and Megan, it was quite warm today, made it up to 47 degrees, which, by the way, today is 11 degrees above average for this time of year. But yeah, winter's going to have its grip on us before too long. Let's head on over to Beatrice. Over our Shown Roofing camera, we see mostly clear skies. We woke up this morning to mostly cloudy skies, but we expected that we'd see some breaks in the clouds by afternoon. That certainly was the case. Still seeing a little bit of snow on the ground out that way. But boy, it got warm outside today. 47 degrees in Lincoln, 44 in Beatrice. But some locations got above 50 degrees, and in fact, some locations even approaching 60 degrees. These locations generally saw less snow over the weekend, so less of the sun's energy went into melting snow today, and therefore temperatures got well into the upper 50s. Here's where we stand right now. 46 degrees in Lincoln, 40 in Beatrice. You can see the cooler temperatures in the southeast corner of the state where there's a little bit more snow on the ground. 50 degrees in York, 50 as well in Aurora, still hanging on to the 50-degree mark out that way. Now off to the north, we do see cooler temperatures. Check out Valentine, 19 degrees, O'Neill, 24 degrees. We have a cold front headed our way. Behind the front, it turns windy. It also gets colder. We can see that in our forecast over the next several hours. 42 by 6 o'clock, into the lower 30s by 8 o'clock, 24 by 10 o'clock. Temperatures only drop as we go into tomorrow. We'll talk about how cool we get and the chance for some precipitation. We'll have all that and more in just a couple minutes.
All right, thank you, Malcolm. Well, just days before the one-year anniversary of the deadly attack on the U.S. Capitol, the Department of Homeland Security is putting law enforcement agencies on alert,
warning them to be on the lookout for violent offenders who might try to plot attacks around the anniversary. ABC's Faith Abube is in Washington.
Tonight, law enforcement agencies from the U.S. Capitol Police to the Department of Homeland Security urging officers to leave nothing to chance as the U.S. approaches the anniversary of the January 6th insurrection, when 1 year ago a violent pro-Trump mob stormed the U.S. Capitol as the presidential vote was being certified. DHS issuing this new warning to law enforcement agencies nationwide. Quote, threat actors will try to exploit the upcoming anniversary of the attack to promote or possibly commit violence. While officials have not identified a specific threat, the DHS says likely offenders include violent extremists, quote, associated with promoting the superiority of the white race, militia violent extremism, and conspiracy theories, including those related to QAnon.
They're looking for an event to justify to commit an act.
In a statement, the Capitol Police Union pointing to profound divisions in this country, writing, quote, we've never seen a threat environment like this, warning that the U.S. Capitol is not secure enough to withstand future attacks since changes promised to address security in the wake of the January 6th insurrection have not occurred quickly enough. Capitol Police Chief Tom Manger, however, insisting his force is prepared.
The United States Capitol Police as an organization is stronger and better prepared to carry out its mission today than it was before January 6th of last year.
Manger admits the Capitol Police force is 400 staff members short. House Republicans are accusing Democrats of focusing more on attacking former President Trump than addressing the security failures that led to the insurrection.
January 6th was a symptom of a much broader illness that has now infected the modern Republican Party.
And as for the investigation into last year's attack, Attorney General Merrick Garland is expected to address that with DOJ employees on Wednesday. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Still to come on the news tonight, 7 days after a jury began deliberating her case, Elizabeth Holmes is now a convicted felon.
The very latest coming up right after this break.
Your computer is a lifeline. You use it to check in
Elizabeth Holmes, the disgraced founder of blood testing company Theranos, will soon learn how many years she'll spend in prison.
It comes after a jury convicted her yesterday of defrauding investors. ABC's Faith Abube has the latest.
7 days after a jury began deliberating her case, 37-year-old Elizabeth Holmes walking out of federal court Monday, a convicted felon. The jurors finding Holmes guilty on 4 counts of wire fraud and conspiracy to commit fraud for intentionally deceiving investors, telling them her company Theranos had a groundbreaking blood testing technology that could run hundreds of tests with only a few drops of blood.
We've made it possible to run comprehensive laboratory tests from a tiny sample or a few drops of blood.
That was misleading, but it helped Holmes raise more than $700 million from wealthy financiers, from media mogul Rupert Murdoch to the family of former Education Secretary Betsy DeVos and the heirs to the Walmart fortune, the Waltons. The trial spanning 15 weeks, 32 witnesses taking the stand, including former Defense Secretary James Mattis, who sat on the Theranos board with the likes of former Secretaries of State Henry Kissinger and George Shultz. Holmes also taking the stand in her own defense. Asked if she misled investors, Holmes replied, of course not. But during a previous sworn deposition, Holmes admitted a number of her prior claims were not always accurate.
I know that we made so many mistakes.
Out of the 11 charges against her, the jury unable to reach a verdict on 3. They also found Holmes not guilty on 4 other counts.
But in the end, there were 4 guilty verdicts here, which I think is clearly a loss for Elizabeth Holmes and something that the prosecutors are probably quite pleased about.
And Holmes faces up to 20 years on each of those 4 counts she's convicted of. But legal experts say federal sentencing guidelines mean she'll likely only serve a fraction of that time behind bars. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with meteorologist Malcolm Byron.
We've all seen the snow melt outside over the past couple of days, but I think it's cool to see it from the above perspective from satellite imagery. This is visible satellite imagery from Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock. You can see the white on the ground here, denoting where all the snowfall was. And let's fast forward to today. You can see the ground gets a lot darker as we had a lot of snow melt, especially north and west of Lincoln. We had a lot in the capital city as well, but more of it happened quicker farther off to the west, and that's allowed temperatures to get rather warm towards the Tri-Cities. The high temperature in Grand Island so far, 59 degrees. Here's a live look over our Allo Communications camera. Mostly clear skies. Sunset was, I'd say, probably about under 10 minutes ago or so, but still seeing some light along the horizon. I do anticipate that we should have some clouds in the evening hours, but still mostly clear overall. Still warm in the southern part of the state, but there are cooler temperatures off to the north as there's a cold front that is pushing through the state as we speak right now. It'll arrive sometime this evening, and it will arrive, or the cooler temperatures will arrive behind it. But again, still warm in the southeast corner of the state, 46 degrees in Lincoln. A little bit cooler in the southeast corner of the state where there's just a little bit more snow on the ground, but we're still hanging on to 50 degrees in York, 50 degrees in Aurora, upper 40s in Grand Island and in Kearney at this point in time. Wind speeds right now are out of the west at 13 miles per hour in the capital city, but we see higher wind speed values off to the west where the front is approaching. Once the front passes, we could be dealing with wind gusts perhaps in excess of 40 miles per hour in the overnight hours. For that reason, the National Weather Service has decided to issue a wind advisory for the tan-shaded counties here. Just because these counties aren't within the advisory, it doesn't mean that it won't be windy. In fact, a different Weather Service office covers this chunk of real estate, so it's possible that in the next couple of hours that one might be issued. So for tonight, it's getting cooler, 7 degrees, a windy night. Winds turning out of the northwest, gusting in the ballpark of 40 to 45 miles per hour. A cold afternoon for Wednesday, 16 degrees our high temperature. A mix of sun and clouds, probably more sun in the morning, but we cloud up in the afternoon, and there's the chance that we may see an evening snow shower. So let's track this with Stormcast. As you go into the overnight hours, we should start to see, I should say tomorrow afternoon, starting to see some more clouds. But then as we go towards Wednesday afternoon, seeing some snow building into the Panhandle regions, moving off towards the southeast, perhaps approaching the Tri-Cities late tomorrow afternoon. And even late tomorrow afternoon, we could see a snow shower perhaps in the capital city. But you'll notice Lincoln is right on the edge of this here, which makes the forecast a little bit tricky for Lincoln. There's a better chance of seeing snow farther off to the southwest. Either way you slice it, as you go into the overnight hours and into early Thursday morning, snow showers taper off, maybe a brief flurry early Thursday, but then all that scoots on out of here for Thursday afternoon. As far as what we're thinking right now, I want to preface this by saying do not ignore the low end of this range. It is very possible Lincoln may get absolutely nothing out of this, but if we do see a few flakes, we could see upwards of an inch, perhaps seeing a trace to 2 inches out towards Hebron, Fairbury, and Grand Island, Hastings in that range as well, with 1 to 4 inches out towards Red Cloud, perhaps even Kearney. So we will tweak this forecast for the time being. It is very, very sensitive to the track that this storm system takes. So we're cool to close out the week. 16 degrees on Wednesday, a chance for an evening snow shower tomorrow, but not a guarantee by any means. 0 degrees on Thursday morning with wind chills perhaps around 20 degrees below zero. 11 degrees on Wednesday afternoon. It's cold and breezy for the afternoon, but warming up on Friday. Even warmer on Saturday, back into the 40s. A slight hiccup on Sunday before we turn warmer next week.
All right, Malcolm, thank you very much. Here's a look at Wall Street now. A split day. The Dow gaining 215 points, NASDAQ falling 210. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
With so much at stake,
Not everyone is staying inside for the snow that hit the Washington, D.C. area. Check this out.
Yeah. D.C.'s National Zoo was closed due to the weather, but it was open season for snow-loving residents like these panda bears. Look at that.
Aww.
Yeah, they slipped, they slid, they flopped, and they played, enjoying the winter wonderland. You know, Malcolm does that after we have our first snow.
Yeah, I've seen him rolling through our parking lot.
Do it shirtless, too.
Shirtless.
Easy, Malcolm.
That's all we need to know about you, buddy. All right. We do need to know the final check of the weather, though.
Right, so there is a chance for snow, albeit very light accumulations expected out of that. So keep your eye on the low end of these ranges. It's very possible that Lincoln may see absolutely nothing at all out of this particular storm system tomorrow, perhaps up to 1 inch. And I want to mention this here. Stormcast, this is a version of Stormcast that we looked up earlier. Snow, perhaps for the capital city tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Malcolm, and thank you all for joining us.
World News is next. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.
Really?
Closed